to prepare for this game, and you go back and look at what happened in October, what are some of the things that you took away personally from that game that you'd like to make better in this game?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is just the early turnovers. The early turnovers with the slow start, those two things really put us in a hole and put the defense in bad situations. So, and that's been the theme this year. You know, when you turn the ball over, it's tough to win. You know, and for us, we got to maintain drives and start faster than that game, and we're excited for it.
Carson, you said in that game that you were a little embarrassed and that you guys didn't show up. I know there's obviously a lot to play for. It is do or die here, but how much, if any, is that loss, going back and looking at that feeling, motivating you this week?
You know, it kind of is what it is, honestly. I mean, we're motivated enough. You know, there's a lot at stake for this game, obviously, with the NFC East and, you know, a lot of pride and, you know, the fan investment in this game as well. You know, there's a lot going on. So I don't think we need any more motivation, but obviously turning on that tape, you know, might help a little bit for some guys.
Carson, has it been for anyone to?
What are you looking at personally to clean that up?
I just got to protect the ball. You know, again, every situation's different. It's case-by-case scenario. But, you know, when I'm moving in the pocket, I just got to keep two hands on the ball and be more cognizant of who and what's around me.
You seemed really frustrated after the fumble, obviously, in the last game. When you go back and watch it, I mean, is it still as frustrating, or are there things that can you look at it just from a technical standpoint and things you can do better?
I mean, honestly, I was just really frustrated. Anytime we turn the ball over, I'm frustrated about it. But given the situation, really putting the defense in a bad spot there, yeah, I was not too happy. But I can definitely learn from it. And you know, like I said, when I'm moving in the pocket, keep two hands on the ball.
Have you done like a cut up of different fumbles and kind of look for common themes and, you know, that kind of thing?
Not really. I mean, the biggest theme is obviously just two hands in the pocket. You know, like I said, other ones are case by case. You know, miscommunication with guys. Sometimes different things happen, but you know, the ones that I can control, I pretty much know what I need to do.
Carson, this offseason we spoke about how you went out of your way a little more just to kind of improve or just work on relationships and get to know guys outside. Do you feel like because in light of all the injuries and all the new faces coming in and out that we're starting to see a little bit of the fruits of that labor because some of the lower guys that maybe you've spent some time with are now working with you?
I think that's just that's how it should be, honestly, is spending time with your teammates and your brothers and getting to know them, you know, on and off the field. And so you could say that, you know, the fruits of that labor are coming to fruition here. But at the same time, that's how it should be. You know, that's how I should never change, and that should always be my mindset to just really get to know both sides of the ball, get to know your teammates. And that's something that I love, and I know a lot of these guys love, is just the whole locker room environment and just getting to know your teammates and guys from all over the place, and the brotherhood and the bond that you share.
Do you have an example of maybe, like, let's say, for instance, Greg, who I know you do have a relationship with, where maybe like spending some time with him outside of football or just in the locker room, whatever, has benefited on the field, benefited you guys on the field?
Not one specifically necessarily, but just, you know, just getting. You asked about Greg, so Greg specifically, I mean, just over the years, just getting to know him off the field and spending time with him this summer, you know, having the guys down in the summer workouts and not just, you know, working out on the field, but hanging out, playing games and just chilling. I think that goes a long way with just building that trust and that relationship that really comes to life, you know, late in games when guys have to rely on each other.
To that point, Carson, how do you feel like your leadership role has maybe increased, if any, over the last two games because of the necessity of guys like Alshon, guys like Nelson going out?
Yeah, I think that's probably been really the culture around here since I've been here, is because guys do go down. Leaders got to step up. You know, leaders got to step up and make sure everyone's coming along and everyone's excited and prepared as they should be, and still instilling belief in the guys around them. And you know, I think that just kind of comes with the territory, and I think I've seen a lot of guys doing a really good job of that.
Do you get this game as the biggest of your career, or the biggest start of your career?
You could probably say that. I mean, it's definitely a big game. We know the situation. Like I said, we know what's going on, and you know, at the same time, we're treating it as another game, but we're aware of everything. And like I said, we're real excited. And for one, I'm really excited that we're at home. You know, I know these fans are going to show up and be loud, and yeah, I can't wait till Sunday afternoon.
During this whole stretch against divisional foes, obviously you guys know each other well. Has it been helpful to maybe have some new faces to maybe throw a different look here and there in some ways?
That's hard to say. It's hard to say. But what I can say is the guys that have been out there have done a great job of stepping up, you know, and like you said, all these teams, offensively, defensively, we know each other so well, and guys being able to step up and make the plays, when they have, that's definitely helped us tremendously.
How much did you kind of crave this kind of moment during the 2 years where you were hurt late in the season, to have a must-win kind of game for the playoffs?
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Like you said, the last couple of years didn't end the way I wanted to personally. Obviously, being hurt and everything, so I'm excited to just be playing here in December and with what's at stake and to be out there with my guys. I'm excited for it.
Why has the two hands thing been difficult? Was it different in college? Was there not as much traffic, or is it a balance thing? Do you try to,
Yeah, it's a balance. I mean, like I said, every situation's different. I mean, a lot of times I'm ready to throw the ball, so it's kind of, if I knew I was taking off to run, if I was a little faster, maybe I'd do that a little more, and I'd tuck it away, and we'd be all, better off. But, I think a lot of it's just because I'm always looking to throw the ball, and so I can clean those things up.
Do you think that you would be tucking it away a little bit more when you see quarterbacks like Josh Allen and Mitchell Trubisky having success running against the Cowboys? Do you think your mobility could be a factor?
I think mobility can be a factor every game. Honestly, I think, each week it kind of just plays it out as it may. We're not out here scheming up quarterback runs and all those things, but when I need to take off, I will. I'm not afraid to, but I'm always of the mindset that I'm going to try and get the ball to my playmakers. If I'm extending a play, I'm going to try and find them down the field because they're a lot better in the space than I am.
Carson, do you see any difference from the Cowboy defense from the last time you saw them? I don't know if the last game against the Rams was an indication, but do you see anything that's different from Dallas defensively?
Not really. Not really. That's one thing that Dallas has done really consistently this year, and even going back to last year, is they don't change a lot. They'll throw some wrinkles in, they'll do some different things, but they line up and they play ball. And they do it really well. They do it. They're very sound. And they play fast, so they're well coached, and we got our work cut out. But we're excited for the challenge.
Carson, the way you guys have switched up tempo at various times, especially the last 2 weeks, what kind of effect has that had on the defenses?
Yeah, I think it's I think the theory is that it often simplifies defenses, and for one. They have to show their hand, and so we can, if we see something, we can change the play and do different things, and sometimes we're going so fast it doesn't matter, and so I think just that tempo is something that Coach does a really good job of, calling the plays and getting them in fast for us, but, guys also enjoy it because, you're not thinking as much and you're just playing fast and going, and guys enjoy it, and we've had some success with it.
I feel like you kind of look at, you guys have had a lot of time-consuming drives, obviously, and while I'm sure you'd like to have that quick strike and everything, but do you see the time-consuming drives maybe as a good thing, against the Cowboys just because of their offense and everything, keep them off the field?
Yeah, I mean, ball control is a big part of our offense every week, especially against, obviously the Cowboys, but every week that's something that we pride ourselves on, staying on the field. Like you said, maybe we've been missing some big plays and explosive touchdowns, but ball control and converting third downs and just moving the chains, that's really been our recipe for success this year, and that's not going to change this week.
Do you feel like you've done a better job with your aggressiveness when you do scramble or there are off-schedule type plays because you haven't got hurt, or do you look at all that stuff as just fluky?
As far as injuries go, I think that stuff's been fluky for the most part. Obviously, there's things you can control and how I can protect myself, but I feel like I've done a pretty good job of that for the most part. But yeah, like we've always talked about in here, it's towing the fine line of being aggressive and counting your losses sometimes, and so I feel like overall that we've done a pretty good job of that.
Have you made a concerted effort with that, or do you feel like that's a natural progression as you get more mature?
I'd say it was a concerted effort, especially my rookie year, and then just kind of every year, just continuing to learn and grow, and it's kind of become a natural thing.
As a follow-up to this, you've been asked about extending plays, running more, and then fumbling less. Do you kind of view like it's hard to do one without the other?
I mean, sometimes it's, but at the same time, those are all things that I personally I can do better. I know I want to be able to make every play. When you're in those situations and pick up the first down and not put the ball in harm's way, and so to some extent, yes, it is kind of speaking out both sides of your mouth, but at the same time, for me personally, I know that I can clean up those things and be better.
Carson, going back to Greg, how much do you admire his journey to
Yeah.
way the last week finished, cut by the team 6 times, on and off the practice squad. I mean, you came into the league a lot different. Just how much you admire.
Yeah, I mean, I admire the heck out of him. I've been thoroughly impressed with him as a man and as a player since he got here. Hats off to the Eagles for sticking with him and just keep bringing him along. But I've been impressed with who he is and his character and just how hard he's worked, not just in season but every off season, and how hard and how badly he wants to be great and play. And for him to get that moment, I know it's probably emotional for him, but I was so stinking proud of the kid.
When you roll out, your QBR is 3rd highest in the league. So when you're on the move, you're passing well. A, why is that true? B, would you like to see more design rollouts out of the pocket?
Like we talk about kind of every week, the designed, movement plays and all of that. It's kind of week by week, kind of dependent upon, how defenses are playing us and everything. And the first part of that question, I think guys just do a really good job of getting open, and creating plays. And, I think, the O-line keeps blocking and I'm able to extend. And like I said, guys just do a great job of getting open. And we've worked those drills so many times, going back even to April, that it becomes second nature out there once I start scrambling around. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.